you have withdrawn your attention from the world of appearances. The Reverend Cynthia Ambrose has given you the selected reading and the evocation, and if you centered into yourself, the Reverend Coco Stewart, which is a magnificent beginning of this day. Oftentimes when people begin their day, they move immediately into the world of appearances. Why do we call it the world of appearances? Because that which we see with the sensorium, the five senses, appears and disappears. It is not timeless, it is not eternal, it is not forever. It is simply the condensation of thoughts, opinions, points of view, perceptions, positionalities that have condensed themselves into a world that is appearing and disappearing. So many people are locked into the world of appearances that their entire life is about navigating through those particular temporary structures. We would say that they are imprisoned in their own mind, caught in the matrix of time and space, and the artifact of that which has preceded them. That which we see is an artifact of a previously held point of view. As you begin to wake up, you come out of the artifact of that which has been expressed before, and you begin to come back to a new beginning. In the beginning, a God, not a guy in the sky, but a presence of love and beauty and intelligence and eternality, reality that is untouched and untarnished by time, experience, projection, or perception. And you begin to begin again. Every day of our life, we want to begin again. We do not want to roll into the world of appearances, the artifact of other people's perceptions and the world's beliefs as a starting point. We want to start at the beginning. In the beginning, I am. In the beginning, life is. In the beginning, there is a field of infinite potential and infinite possibilities, all existing simultaneously, that outpicture based on observation and intention. So all the possibilities exist, but cannot break into time until one observes it or chooses it or intends it. What does that mean? You no longer have to be a victim to the artifact of the past, even of your own perception or of the world's perception. You can choose a possibility, intend it, feel it, observe it in your own awareness, and then watch it compel you into right thinking, right speech, and right action. And what is happening in that moment? Your previous identity as a limited personality construct. Remember, the personality has emerged from time and experience. Your limited personality construct shifts, and you become a new being in Christ, a new being in the eternal presence, a new being in the Buddha field, a new being in the Zoroaster awareness, a new being in the Kuan Yin consciousness. You become a new being coming back to the eternal. And you get to begin again. And now you get to choose. And you get to ask yourself your question, something like, what would happen to me if all of my needs were met? What would happen to me if I was totally in love with life? What would happen to me if I was totally prosperous? What would happen to me if I was totally healthy? And the universe would start to answer those questions. And know what would happen to you? Your personality construct would change. You'd become a new being. And there'd be a little bit of uncomfortability because the old you would try to hang on to the old you while the new you is emerging, and there would be a cataclysmic apocrypha. Yeah, there it is. There would be an apocalypse within your own awareness of the old dying and the new being born. There'd be a chemicalization. You'd feel uncomfortable, and then, bam, new birth. You'd become a new being. Now, when that begins to happen in people's lives, sometimes they become afraid and they want to go back to the familiar habits, thoughts, because they can't handle the inner apocalypse of the new, of the old giving way to the new. Not you, not here, not now. You've tuned in to Agape International Spiritual Center because something within you is desiring to become more of itself. Not simply wanting to know how to become strong enough to withstand the blows of life, but something within you wants to come forward. You want to be new. You want to be the next great vision and version of yourself. And when you become the next great vision and version of yourself, your identity changes, your personal law changes, the universal presence and its law then begins to respond to your new identity, and your life experience changes. It's not magic, it's the mystical contact with that which is real. And where does that begin? Withdrawing our attention from the world of appearances, points of view, opinions, experiences, opinions about experiences and other people's judgments, prejudgments that inform emotional content, of which we use the emotional content to justify whatever it is that we are projecting into the world. Stop it. In the beginning, the presence. If an individual has this spiritual gumption to just sit in a room by themselves and have moments of contemplation, insight and revelation about themselves, about life, about reality, without forming opinions about it, but having insights about it. When you move back into the world, the eternal is in your step. The eternal informs your thoughts, your perceptions, your conversations, and your actions. Why is this important? Because if you cannot be by yourself and touch the joy and the love, the abundance, the peace of your own being, you'll be hell in a relationship. You'll be a hellion because you'll try to draw all of your happiness, your peace of mind from out there, and you will never get it, not permanently. Even if your ducks are all in a row, you'll still be unhappy ultimately because there's going to be one duck out of alignment somewhere. And you'll focus your attention on that duck. Duck. But right here, right now, you're entering into the way of meditation, where you get to be free. Break free from the world of appearances. Break free from the matrix. Break free from your interpretation of past experiences. Break free. Become free. That's why we call it spiritual liberation. That you may walk hand in hand with a destiny within you that you are choosing in the quantum field, in cosmic awareness that exists but is inactive until you choose it and say yes to it. It already exists. But will you choose this day what you shall serve, the infinite presence or mammon or fear or doubt? You get to choose this. And choice is a function of ever-expanding awareness. Let's be still and let our awareness of that which is expand. have our hands on our lap. They're on our lap facing downward. It's a sign of embodiment. It's a sign of bringing the eternal into time. Not escaping, but bringing the wisdom, the love, the beauty, the abundance, the joy, the compassion, the generosity, the creativity, bringing it into time. Grounding ourselves in this moment of the eternal. We're withdrawing our attention from the world of appearances and embracing an intention to wake up. And the attention is embracing is that intention and the sacred breath that is happening in this present moment. There's an ever-increasing awareness that our entire being is in the receptive listening capacity, listening not just with ears, but our entire being is available to the eternal broadcast of the Spirit saying, let there be light, let there be life. And we enter into a space of be ye as a child, that you may enter into the realm of heaven, the realm of ever-expanding good, that is the beginner's mind consciousness. That is, this is the first time we have practiced the art and the science of conscious paying attention, meditation. Whether we are a veteran or a beginner, this is always our very first time. Be still and know that the I am God is in the midst of you. Slight smile on the face. The inner pharmacy begins to produce tonic chemicals to keep us awake, vivify our immune system, and regulate our blood pressure, and create a dynamic coherence of the brain. Oh yes, here we are. Life is good. Pulling your attention away from the world of appearances, the world of effects, circumstances, situations, even people, places, things. coming inside of your own awareness. You can begin to observe your mindscape, the thoughts that are emerging, becoming emotions, physical symptoms. And you can begin to see that as within, so without. That all of that's passing through the mindscape eventually becomes how you see the world, how you see other people. But as you do not interfere or resist with an intention to wake up, you just notice what bubbles up. And through your non-resistant observation, those thoughts, those thought forms begin to be transmuted by your observation, and what begins to dominate your awareness is your spiritual intention to wake up to your glorious nature of embodied wisdom, embodied transformational knowledge, embodied love, embodied peace, the embodied abundance for the entire universe is within you. Opulence, embodied beauty. All of this is you. The entire cosmos is seeking to become conscious of itself as you. It's already conscious, but it wants to be conscious as you. Just as it's conscious as a rose blooming and releasing its inner splendor and its magnificent aroma. It wants to know itself as your life. Be still and know that the I Am, God, is in the midst of you. This is your moment to wake up. Outer eye closed. Inner eye, inner ear open. Intention to wake up. To choose this moment. Peace. To choose without attachment, love. To choose without attachment to outcome, joy and abundance, pure life. Be still and know the I am God in the midst of you. I am peace. I am love. I am joy. I am pure cosmic abundance. I am pure intelligence. I am life itself, conscious of itself. I am that I am. As you put a wonderful smile on your face and receive a pure inhalation, releasing with a sigh of ah. Oh, we rise up with the field of gratitude and thanksgiving because we're already within a state of being that precedes all manifestation. We're so grateful in the beginning, God. We're so grateful in the beginning, love. We're so grateful in the beginning, peace. We're so grateful in the beginning, pure joy. We're so grateful in the beginning, ecstasy and bliss. We're so grateful in the beginning, divine abundance, opulence, everywhere. In the beginning is now. So grateful, so thankful. It becomes easier and easier and easier to recognize the grand presence that is everywhere. And because it is everywhere, we can be cause of our own life. Our life is divine. Our life is the presence personifying itself as the glory of all that is. And it is from this awareness of infinite unity. The word is spoken. The vibrational frequency, a law that only knows its own unfolding, is spoken for each and every one of us, knowing that there's only one of us here. I speak it with the authority of one, knowing that all that there is the presence of God, and that everything that truly is a manifestation of the only thing that is. I speak the word for us today, setting in motion all glory to God in every area of our life. Every organ and action function of our being hears the message. Woo! Health, dynamic wholeness, beauty and wellness, well-being, dynamic vigor, vitality, flexibility, ageless body, timeless mind. Our life unfolds to reflect and reveal the glory of the living God. All needs met. We don't even need to know how. We just have to know what. Presence, love, beauty, joy, everywhere. We leap into the feeling tone of all of our needs being met and everything working together for our good. The universal presence through the universe is working together for good for us. It's a divine conspiracy. The only true conspiracy we need to know about. The divine conspiracy of God knowing itself as us. Everything else pales in significance. We feel the vibration of, oh, something wonderful is happening. Something wonderful is happening to me. Something wonderful is happening through me. Something wonderful is happening as me. And we let it be. Now. Right now. Oh, the world has just changed. The world is the condensation of a vibrational condensation of thoughts and beliefs, opinions, points of view, and projections. We've just changed the world by lifting our frequency. Behold, all things are made new. We give thanks for this, and more than words can say or convey, and we allow it to be so. That's why we can say, and so it is. Now and forever. Amen and Amen. And Ashe. As we slowly open our eyes, if we're with anyone, we may bow to each other and say, now, so be it. Be that frequency all day long to the best of your ability. Be free. And in this moment of transcendent freedom, you get to participate, celebrate a spiritual community that has manifested for your freedom, to be a divine reminder of who you are, and to be a vibrational frequency that allows you to be lifted on a regular basis, that you can keep coming back into a coherence around reality and not just seeming reality. I'm speaking of the Agape International Spiritual Center. It is your opportunity now to support this center, that it may continue to do the work that it is destined to do. That is, you may begin to support financially. Now, do not contract when you hear that word. Expand so that you may be permanently prospered as well. So we take this opportunity and we turn within just for a few seconds, and we give thanks for what we have to give today. We consciously allow the Word of God through us to bless what we have to give, that it may transmute itself into ministries, programs, projects, classes, staff, and all that is necessary for the fulfillment of the spiritual idea of the Agape International Spiritual Center. We feel it in our bones, all needs met, and we give thanks that it is so. So it is. Amen. And so you can begin to give now. Don't hesitate. Don't let your ego get in the way of this. Just jump into giving, regardless of the amount. If you need to start with baby steps, please do so. But you may take out your phone and you may take the camera portion and shine it in the direction of the QR code right this moment. This is the opportunity where you get to take your phones out, because in the beginning, we'd like for you to put your phones away. But you can take them out now, and you can take the camera portion and shine it in the direction of the QR code that's right here on your screen. It'll take you into the portal of Agape International Spiritual Center. There you'll choose the amount you would like to give today, and some of you have begun to choose the regularity of the gifting, so that you're giving once a week or bi-weekly, or however your heart is moved to do so at this moment. You can do that right now. If you would like to text, you can text the word GIVE to 424-321-6243. Takes you into the same portal. The only difference is, one, you're just shining the camera on the QR code. The other one is you're actually texting. If you write the word COVER after your donation, your gift, your tithe, your offering, It means you're covering the cost of the technology that we pay for that technology, which is a little less than 3% of your gift. You can do that right now. I would advise you, encourage you to do it now. Don't wait, because your ego is going to jump in there and say, oh, I don't have enough. And then you won't have enough, because you will be actually practicing lack. So give now. If you would like to give directly to our website, you can do that. Go to agapelive.com. And when you go to the website, there you have an opportunity to see the classes, you have an opportunity to see our bookstore, you have an opportunity to see all manner of things that are going on in our community. But you can give on the donation banner right now. As you choose the amount, it appears as though you're checking out and buying something, but you're buying satisfaction that you have more than enough, which becomes your law. You can do that right this moment. If you'd like to mail in your donation, mail it to Agape International, 8549 Wilshire Boulevard, Suite 1156. This is all on your screen. Beverly Hills, California, 90211. You can mail it in right now. You may be watching this on our YouTube channel, what we might call in our future, but it's your now, which is our now as well. Doesn't matter. We still need the money. Go ahead and mail it in. So there you have it. Many of you are now getting back on or signing up for the first time to our auto tithe program. You can do that online. It's very significant in terms of assisting us in our budgeting. So those are the ways that you can give. Please do so in this moment. Make a big difference, even if you think what you have to give is small. Because oftentimes people say things like, well, I don't have that much to give. I'm going to wait till I get some money, then I'm going to give something. I don't want to be embarrassed by giving $10 or $15 or whatever. No, please. Just imagine for a moment all the people that tune in give what they think is a little. It becomes a tsunami of a lot. Okay? So, if you're giving with PayPal, remember the minimum donation on PayPal, not according to us, but according to PayPal, is at least $5. If you're having a little glitch with PayPal, do the other ways of giving. Do it now. When? Now. I'll be right back. Reverend Julie Moret's coming forward to highlight some of the wonderful things in our spiritual community.
Good morning. We've got a few highlighted announcements for you today. You can visit agapelive.com for more information and to find out about all of our weekly offerings. All times listed are Pacific Time. Agape University officially invites you to the 2024 commencement ceremony today. Woohoo! We're going to be live and in person. This will be the first in-person graduation since 2019. We have 23 global students graduating from the Professional Practitioner Study Program. You can join us here at the Saban Theater today at 3 p.m. All are welcome. The ceremony will be live streamed as well at agapelive.com and on our streaming platforms. Agape is the sponsor of a beautiful podcast, Reverend Michael's Take Back Your Mind. This Wednesday, Reverend Michael welcomes Matt Zeman. Matt is an educator, author, and leader in psychedelic wellness who specializes in the impact of psychedelics on mental health and the author of the best-selling book, Psychedelics for Everyone. And be sure to check out the next episode of the Take Back Your Mind Life Question of the Week, Emotional Healing, Overcoming Trauma and Trust Issues. Guess I need to sign in for that one. That'll be this Friday. Watch or listen to Take Back Your Mind and the Life Question of the Week with Michael B. Beckwith on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. And be sure to subscribe to receive alerts when new shows drop each Wednesday and Friday. Agape University presents The Power of Prayer, an extraordinary 6-week online course designed to deepen your connection with the divine and awaken your true potential. This will be led by Reverend Carlton Thibaut and an illustrious team of master teachers, Akili Beckwith, Agape licensed spiritual practitioner, Deborah L. Johnson, Reverend Deborah L. Johnson, Reverend Susie Lula, Reverend Jason Davion Mitchell, Reverend Kim Stanwood Terranova, and Reverend Victoria Thomas. This course will guide you through Agape's unique 6-step affirmative prayer process with foundational teachings from Michael B. Beckwith. Class starts Tuesday, June 11th and meets on 6 consecutive Tuesdays. If you are unable to participate in the live online class, you will receive the class recordings. This is a required class for the practitioner studies program. Whether it's clarity, guidance, healing, or spiritual connection you are seeking, the Power of Prayer course offers something for everybody. Register today at agapelive.com. This Tuesday, Laughter Yoga meets on Zoom at 6 p.m., facilitated by Agape practitioner Martin Weech. On our website, you can click on the banner to register. No experiences necessary. Ha 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 ha, mistake. Okay, Freedom Path Ministries Zooms this Wednesday, 5 p.m. Release any sense of addiction, old beliefs, or attachments. Agape practitioner Melanie McCulley is our guest speaker this week. You can go to the website and click on the Freedom Path banner at the top of the page for more information and to register. This is a gift to the community. All are welcome. And finally for today, we are just 2 weeks away from our 27th annual Sacred Service Saturday. It is June 15th. We're going to be living the love all over our greater Los Angeles community and beyond. Today until June 9th, your choice is surprise. You will be placed in an outstanding project. Go to agapelive.com, sign up today, or click on the QR code, and it'll take you straight to the registration page. We have projects on display in the Rotunda as well if you're here in person. And if you are not near the Los Angeles area, email ssslights@agapelive.com to join us as a satellite project of Sacred Service Saturday right in your local community. Let's do this together. Many blessings to you.
Thank you, Reverend Julie. Let us receive the offering now, and if you're still in the process of giving, thank you very much. If you're contemplating, escape the mindscape of lack and make some form of donation, we want you to hold our Agape International Spiritual Center, The Perfect Idea in Prayer, at the same time support it with financial substance. We turn within and we give thanks, for it is now moving through the life stream of Agape, ever-increasing financial good that we can do more good locally and globally. And it's happening now, and so it is. Amen. As Reverend Julie reminded you, our Sacred Service Saturday is coming up shortly, June 15th. Please join us. I was somewhere yesterday. I can't remember where I was, but I was somewhere. I forgot. I did so much yesterday. But I was standing, and these two people came up to me and said, "Is that you, Reverend Michael?" I said, "Yes." And they said, "Oh, we're trying to make our way back to Agape in person, but we did sign up for Sacred Service Saturday." And I said, "Really, what did you sign up for?" And they said, "Oh, we're going to be over at the Venice High School doing some things there." And I said, "Well, I'll see you there." She said, "We're going to see you?" I said, "Yeah, I make my way to as many locations as I possibly can." Her name was Lee, and his name was Brent. So if you're listening, I remembered you. and I said, "Why don't you make your way back to Agape as well?" And they said, "Okay, we'll come tomorrow." So Brent and Lee, I'll be looking for you at the next two services. Anyway, all of you can make your way here in person as well, particularly the 11 a.m. service where we begin with meditation, 11:30 service with the fellowship, community service, the wonderful music and the wonderful whatever is happening. Anyway, you can do all of that. So anyway, as we rise up in this moment, I once again just encourage you to sign up for the Power of Prayer class that will begin Tuesday evening, 6 consecutive Tuesdays. It will change your life for the better. You want to register. You want to be there. It's power-packed. And if you think in your know-it-all consciousness, I've taken classes like that before and I've done that. No, you haven't. You haven't. The teachers have grown. You've grown. It's a new flow. Be there with us, okay? All right. All right, let us play this sweet "I Forgive Me" anthem.
I'm tired of the guilt that brings me pain.
Pain and shame.
Now is a time for me to let go.
Do you realize in some religious traditions the guilt and shame is a part of their spiritual practice?
I see anew
Now, this is a whole new era in spirituality. Guilt and shame are not spiritual practices. They are clutches of the ego to keep you in a small point of view. You to break free from guilt and shame and become healed and whole again. Behold, everything is being made new in us. We are entering into a dynamic of forgiveness, self-forgiveness, forgiveness of everybody, that we can be free, that we can levitate into a higher consciousness of the all good and walk on the planet as spiritual giants, anchoring the realm of ever-expanding good on earth as it is in the highest heaven, which is within us. We feel it in our bones. We feel it in our soul. Every thought, every word, and every action is an outpicturing of the beloved presence knowing itself as us. Let us step into that dynamic strength of renewal, regeneration, and allow all of heaven to announce itself as us. This is our day. Let's celebrate it. And so it is. Amen. Peace and radical blessings. If you're in the LA area, we'll be looking for you to be here in person. Peace and blessings.